Hello everyone. OTA stands for over the air, and it is a method of updating your receiver, sensor, and RB over the air wirelessly. OTA technology has been around for years, and you can see your iPhone, your cars get updated frequently. OTA will update the firmware inside your FrSky receiver, sensor, and so on, and will correct any issue and will improve and make your product better. Don't be afraid of OTA. Even if you lack computer savviness, you can do OTA. It is very easy. Just follow me and spend a few minutes watching this video to master it. First of all, identify which receiver you have. My case, SRA, and it has the symbol OTA, then we can proceed. Right, now let's go to Google and search for FrSky RC. And let's find the website so we can download our firmware. Okay, here we go, and the website is right here. So let's go there to FrSky. Okay, under here, let's look under product here and look under receiver, and it's a 2.4 gigahertz access, which is the Archer series, the SR8 I have. So let's select that and look for the SR8. In my case, if you have different receiver, you have to look for different receiver. Make sure it's OTA capable. Okay, so my case is this. So I'm going to select this SR8 Pro. Okay, and let's scroll down here and take a look here. So what we have is the SRA with access, OTA, and receiver redundancy feature here. So let's scroll down. You can see overview, feature, spec. It describes all the detail of your receiver here. But what we want is download here. So hit download, and let's go to the download page. And we don't want the manual, we want the firmware update. So let's select firmware here, and the latest version here is version 2.1.12, and it's a pre-latest in the year 2023. So I want to download that. Okay, and it's downloaded to my download directory in my PC here. So let's open that and show in the folder here, and what we have here is a zip file. Okay, so this is under my download directory, so I'm gonna right click here and let's look for to extract all here, and okay, let's extract to this folder. Okay, it's doing it, and it pop up another file explorer here, and it download and extract it to this download FrSky Archer 2.1.12 folder here it created for you. So under here, let's double click that. We have the FrSky firmware file, and that is the file we want to copy over to our X20 transmitter. Right, so let's minimize this window and clean up here. We want to keep this window here and minimize the browser window, and let's copy this over to our X20 transmitter now. Bring up another window explorer window here, and let's bring in another screen to show us we're gonna power up our transmitter in bootloader mode. So press these two buttons to put it in bootloader and connect the USB to the back of the transmitter so that we can see it on our window explorer like so. Okay, connect the USB, and we should see our SD card mount on the window explorer right there. Okay, so under the X20 SD card, there should be a firmware right here folder. Let's go under there, and we have a receiver and transmitter folder. So let's go under the receiver here. I have the old firmware version right here. So I'm gonna copy the latest that we just download here and yank it and paste it to the firmware receiver folder right here. And that's what we have right now. So let's minimize this and let's eject this SD card so we can safely remove the USB connector from our X20. So let's do that. Eject here, and let's remove the USB right now from our transmitter. Then we'll just power down and move to the next step. All right, step number 2, let's verify the old firmware that we had in here and see that's the version we have. So let's power up the transmitter here. Let's skip this and let's go to, next thing, of course, after you power down, we need to connect the battery into the plane so that it can power up the receiver right here. That's the second step. Always power up your transmitter, then your receiver. Okay, so let's select the setting icon here and let's move over and see the info here and select the info version, and we should be able to see our receiver 1 is the Archer series right here, and it's the version 2.110. That's what we have. Okay, so let's move to the next step now. So let's move to step number 3 to flash our new firmware. So make sure the battery is disconnected. Okay, now let's power up the transmitter.
Welcome to Ethos 6.
And let's select the setting icon here, and we should move to the file manager, and let's select file manager, and under there should be a firmware directory, and under firmware there's a receiver directory. Select that, and we want to flash the 2.1.12. So select that and select one more time. Okay, so flash external devices by the cable wire. We don't want that. We want the flash RX by internal OTA. That's what we want, wirelessly. So select that, and it's waiting for the receiver to update now. So let's go to our plane right now. The next step that we should do is connect the battery. Okay, so let's do that. And once you connect the battery, it starts flashing. You can see right here. The receiver is red now, right there. Okay, and it's gonna ask you which device. So we have the SR8. That's what our receiver, we want to update that firmware. So let's select SR8 here, and current version is 2.110. Yes, we want 2.1.12, so hit yes here, and it's gonna flash the RX by internal OTA right now. So we're gonna have this update status, and let's speed it through because it takes like 5 to 6 minutes to flash it. So I'm gonna speed this through, and in the meantime, if you take a look at right here, when during its flashing, it's blinking alternately green and red. Green and red. That means it's flashing OTA update. Okay, so let's speed this through so that we can save some time. Okay, all the way to 100% here. And the status is almost 100%, and we're done. So let's close, select close here. Okay, let's take a peek at the plane. The receiver is green, right? It's great. So we can go back to file manager here and home here, and everything is great. So step 4, just verify our firmware, and we're done. So same thing again, select the setting icon here and move it, scroll it to info, and select that and scroll down to receiver, the Archer, that's my receiver, and as you can see it's version 2.1.12, which is great. Then it is done. Right, over-the-air update is so easy. It is nothing to fear about. Just a few minutes setup and you got the latest firmware flash wirelessly without the pain of removing your receiver from the plane and connect the cable wire to the receiver to update, as how the old way was done. Well, that concludes this episode. So again, if you enjoy and find the video helpful, please help support my channel by subscribing and commenting. Again, thank you for watching, and happy safe flying everyone.